Hey, 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 great day, everybody. Welcome. Of course, I am Marian Sister Full. I am the owner and operator of Azon Life Alchemy, and Azon Healing is our shop and our store. And so I just want to come on today because people always say to me, what's my spiritual gift? Or they have already begun to embark in some type of journey where they are sharing their gifts and knowings with other people. So whether that's by you doing cards, whether it's by you doing readings, and as you know, to have there's many levels to this, right? So you could be clairaudient, clairsessent, clairescent, all those ones. You could be able to see, feel, heal, taste. You can begin to have premonitions and visions. You could be empathic. You could be reading tarot. So what I want to talk about today is that how do you turn this into, it's kind of two part. First part, I want to talk about whatever your gift or talent or your modality is for sharing out your gift. I want you to really, really think about how can we go about it. When I, for one, started doing this, I knew I had the gift. I just wasn't sure what to do with it. I knew I had called psychic lines for my own personal care. And so that's kind of where I started. I started with playing with the idea of being on a call because it kept me, um, it kept me hidden. That's the best way to say it. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted everyone to know who I was and what I was doing and what it had to offer. So as a alchemist, as a spiritualist, as a medium, as a medical healer, intuitive, right? As someone who has the ability to has multiple gifts and abilities, I had to learn how to harness that in order to make my life have more harmony and balance. And so when I decided to go in business, as I said, I started out working on hotlines. I did things on internet radio shows. I also began to do things just kind of for my friends and, kind of putting myself around communities that would first challenge me to really become more consistent. So let me just tell you this. If I tell you what your gift is, or if any other practitioner or spiritualist or guide tells you what your gift is, it is up to you. It is totally your responsibility to make sure that you are actually practicing it. Some things you don't need cards. I mean, for me, for tarot cards, you can kind of, I guess you are using your innate information. I believe that everyone has the gift of some level. However, we have to fight through the levels to get past it. Many of us, it is the religious paradigm where we are so stuck into the rituals and what's seen as okay, or we see being able to have spiritual gifts and modalities as being in opposition to your belief in the source, light, divine, God, creator, Allah, Yahweh, right? So then you start limiting yourself in the inability for you to have this opportunity. So I wanted to come on today just to kind of remind people that all of us are gifted. Some of us are more actively open to and willing to use our gift more than others. So therefore it kind of floods in. Like I found myself over the last couple of years since I said yes to my abilities, to my awareness, and became more aware, more actively engaging. I found myself saying like, dang, I kind of see, hear, feel more. Or I'm able to look at objects now and pick up things, or I'm able to help people locate where things are with a greater level of accuracy and a greater level of accuracy and consistency. Now listen, so let me just tell y'all something. One of the things I believe in doing is that before you do anything, like even before I came on here today, one of the things I wanted to do was to make sure that I was covered. And what that simply means is that I took time out to cleanse myself, to cleanse the area, set intentions. I asked the ancestral forces to surround me. I put stones out here to kind of heighten myself, as well as put out some protection. Let's just keep it real, right? Because I don't want to absorb any energy from people who might be viewing me on this live video, or subsequently afterwards, it might feel slighted. I don't feel competition. So a lot of times people, I just kind of talk and share as I need to share and talk. That's how I do. So I'm going to open up again by the conversation by reminding you I am who I am. I am Sister Afua. I am the owner and operator of Azon Life Alchemy Center. We're located in Arizona. That doesn't stop us from sharing out our products and services. Our products and services to you. We're on Etsy, we're on Amazon, and we are on, of course, Facebook. You can order them or you can go to our website as well. We offer retreats, classes, workshops. I also do spiritual consults on all levels. I also do nutritional consults. And I'll talk about that in some of the other videos you may see on the page. Talk about that. It is a holistic approach to improving your life using the alchemy of your life, right? Because alchemy is about taking natural elements and bending them and connecting them to be able to do it. So with that being said, if you want to open up a business that is based in metaphysical or spiritual practices, whether it's tarot card reading, whether it is being able to use your innate gifts like premonitions and psychic abilities or combine them, whether you're a medium or you're an empath, maybe you use crystals for healing, whatever it is designed for you to be able to grow, serve, and help other people. That's why you want to do it. And of course, we're going to get compensated for our gifts and use of this knowledge. So I'm just going to tell you really, really quickly that I started out on hotlines. I started out on online radio, gathering up my people. I came onto Facebook, I think in 2012 or something like that. And I just kind of been sharing it. I'm now on Instagram. But if you really want to start a business, you got to know business. Like you need to have a system set up. What I did was, I remember when I first started out, people wanted to have a reading with me. I would email them 3 times that I was available. They would email me back, and then 5 people were emailing me, and I was trying to remember and keep it together. And finally, I came across a bunch of places, and I just want to make sure I get the names right. One of them is called Square Appointments. It doesn't cost anything to have a Square account. Square Appointments is also free. I think they're going to change that after the new year. So if you're going to jump on, you want to do so right away. Otherwise, I think it's going to be like 15 bucks. Also, we also have something called VCITA, VCITA. VCITA also has an appointment program that allows you to set up appointments. A lot of the social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, also allow you to book appointments. So people can easily click and book an appointment with you, or you can go time switch. I mean, there's just Google appointment setting times, and that will be the first thing you need to do. Second thing is you need to make sure you have your prices. Make sure you set your prices. Make sure you know what you're going to be offering people, and you have it available, right? So you can set prices. So if your reading is going to cost $20 for, a 5-card tarot card, or if it's going to cost you $30 for a 10-minute reading, or whatever it is, you need to be aware of your formula and make it work. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Why am I saying it like this? Because a lot of times we want to shift our fees, and it's okay to give stuff away for free, but I think when people value it more and they honor it more, and you're honoring your gift more when you're able to be in service for people and allow them to compensate you for the service and the gift that you have shared with them. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you charge what you want to charge. I don't want to get into what you should charge, but you decide. Think about what your value. If you have a product, how much does it cost for you to actually make that product? Not saying that the first time you go out, you got to go buy all the parts, right? But when you actually break down that pound of herbs, when you actually break down the candle wax, when you actually break down the cost to make 1 or 2 candles, or to make the oils, or whatever it is you're doing, you need to know that you got to get your profit. And let's not forget about shipping if you're going to be shipping. Let's not forget about the cost to have a merchant account. The reason why I gave you the VCITAs and you need to have a PayPal account. You got to collect money. PayPal, now they got Cash App, that's also a part of Square. There's Stripe. There's other ways in which you can collect money, but you need to have a system connected so when people click for an appointment, it can take them right to their appointment and collect that money. That's why I talked about VCTA, timeshare, all those things that allows you to collect money right then and there. Of course, the prices go up. The more revenue you're generating, their prices are going to go up. So be prepared for that. It might go from $15 to $30, right? Because is that a benefit? That's a benefit to you because you want that money to keep coming in. Okay. But PayPal is pretty much the simplest and most streamlined. You can attach that to almost any calendar system, and it'll redirect them to go get that done. You also should have a way in which you're going to keep up with your customer information. And again, those sites that I talked about are going to let you be able to have a way that when people book, you can collect their name, you can collect their email, you can collect their phone number, so that when you get ready to call or they get ready to call you, you have the information there and you can send out new promotions. You can send out new ideas about your products. You can get their feedback. You can send them a thank you, which is a good way of doing that. It's not a hit or miss. That's the thing you want to do if you're getting ready to open up a business and you want to do one that is metaphysical and spiritual. And just remember too that, don't take it personal. Like, you are in service. Everybody's not going to agree with what you say. Just have integrity. Be honest. I tell people, you know what, I don't have anything on that. That's not what I'm aware. I'm not being made aware of that. I'm not being aware of that. And I just let it go like that whenever that happens, right? But what I try to do is be very honest. I do not attempt to try to feed into people's emotions. I'm not trying to get them to convince them to stay with me. As a practitioner, as a servicer, as a healer, as an alchemist, as a medium, as a medical intuitive, as a coach, as a trainer, as a consultant, I'm only here to serve. And then as a result of that, you compensate me for serving you. So with that, that's the three things. So let's just recap. You need to have, one, a product, service, or skill that you're going to do. And whatever you choose that you think you want to share, whether it's tarot cards, whether it's creating products like oils or, the yoni steams I create. I know a lot of people are trying to do those now. We also have people who are selling like eggs and crystals and things like that, pictures, books, whatever, right? Have your product service clear in your mind on what you're going to do. If you realize you have a gift, you need to practice your gift. The best way to practice your gift is get into a system that allows you to practice it. So maybe you do some free readings. Maybe you go and you host something and you have people to ask you questions and you feel how it goes and you hone your skills. You get into a state of being more open to hearing and feeling and seeing what you need to hear, feel, and see in the categories. Okay? Lastly, you need to have a way to collect and process appointments and money. And we talked about VCTA, we talked about Square Appointments, we talked about timeshares, all those things, all those programs. Just Google appointment setting with payments and they'll come up. Trust me, they will come up and you can do that. And lastly, make sure that whatever you choose to book your appointments allows you to have a collection point where you can set it up to get their name, get their address, get their email and phone number minimally, and maybe even their social media name. That's what I do, so that I can find them in case they miss an appointment or they're running late. And I call them. I tend to let them know right before the appointment that I am trying to reach them, because people watch their social media. And lastly, be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. Right? Set your prices. Keep them there. Be honest about them. And really get to know what it costs you to make your products and offer your services. Okay? So that's all I have for today. Of course, again, I thank you for being here with me. Hope this has been a benefit to you. If it has, if you have not already done so, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Azon Life Alchemy. So find me on Facebook as Sister Afua, Sista Afua. And I will see you all again real soon. Take care.